You know, we have a significant violent crime problem, considerably higher than average for our size city, largely because of our proximity to Memphis, proximity to two major interstate thoroughfares. We're just a very natural spot to have lots of bigger city issues in a smaller town.
Well, with our geographic location in Arkansas, we are on the far eastern edge of the 8th Circuit. Memphis, which you can see the federal building from in front of our building, is in the 6th Circuit. So our relationship with the federal government, be that the DEA, ATF, FBI, any of that, wasn't strained, it was almost non-existent. We were so far away from a field office that was responsible for us. Well, those resources were delivered under this program, which we never had. And what it's done for us in 3 years is let us build relationships now with the agents so we can look forward to them continuing to assist us when the program's over.
The PSP team was extremely motivated to work with West Memphis. We recognized that it was a small agency. We recognized that it had a lack of resources, but we were really motivated to see what we could do there. This is not a grant program. It doesn't come with a check, but what it comes with is a commitment from the Department of Justice to build your crime fighting capacity, to meet you where you are, figure out where you are with your crime analysis, where you are with your investigations, where you are with your federal, local, state partnerships, and apply some of the best practices, some of the subject matter experts that we know about, and also open up opportunities for you to learn from your peers.
The U.S. Attorney's Office has just bent over backwards, has done everything they could possibly do to help us be successful. ATF has deputized some of our personnel, so we are now able to file directly to the U.S. Attorney's Office on our simultaneous possession, felon possessions. Hugely beneficial. And I think that the U.S. Attorney's offices and the federal agents learn some things from these programs also, is that we are huge resources for them, because it's very difficult for them to work cases in the Delta without us. How do they generate informants? How do they generate information? So that information flow is so valuable for everyone.
So data-wise, West Memphis really did not have a data capacity. They didn't have a crime analyst, and they were not deploying their officers, based on hot spots or hot people. They were running from call to call.
We had no analytic capacity. We had nobody in a crime analysis position for us to help us better understand our crime numbers, where our most dense areas of crimes were, and things of that nature. So with the help of PSP, we, from literally zero, built that capability.
The peer-to-peer visits have been critical for our PSP sites because it gives them an opportunity to not only read about it in a book or see it maybe in a conference, but actually go and see where it's happening.
Well, what we saw by going to these other departments, particularly Los Angeles with their laser program, we were able to bring those programs back, scale them down to fit our small town, and then implement them.
DETER stands for Data Enhanced Targeted Enforcement and Restoration Project. We looked at our most concentrated area of crime in our smallest geographical area and came up with our first DETER pilot area. We pushed in a targeted chronic offender program. And our thinking on that was it doesn't do a lot of good to target only the place without targeting the people also. People are transient, they'll just move if you just target the place. So we did a combination of both.
It's not like it used to be. We used to saturate the area and it just wasn't working. So this way, when we're dosing the areas, it helps out. We've seen the murder rates have gone down, the violent crimes have gone down.
We've had great success with it. In the first calendar year, February was 1 year in for the project. We decreased violent crime 27% in that quarter. Everybody may not think that's a lot. That's 27% fewer people, getting shot or getting shot at. So big deal for us.
The long-term goal is a decrease in crime and an increase in trust and relationships with police and the community. They're not going anywhere. They're here to do their job, but they're also going to make sure that the high crime areas are safe. It's just all about trust. You've got to trust the citizens, to do their part, as well as they have to trust you to do your part.
This is where I'm raising my children. I want them to have a safe opportunity to go anywhere in the community. And I want them to feel like I can go there without being, this is the gang area, this is the shooting area. So just make it safe for the youth and really everybody. I think it's important.
We are moving towards a goal, and it's not just a catch and release anymore, that we are going to start seeing some benefits out of the hard work. My literal blood, sweat, and tears have been put into this city. So we need criminals to know that we're no nonsense, but we also need the community to know that we care. It's been so inspiring to see the community come together and to see the community reach out to us as we reach back to them.
If we don't learn, and we don't adapt, then we're going to fail. And law enforcement doesn't adapt well. We're in these ruts, these ways it's always been. That's why we no longer say, well, that's the way we always did it. You got to get rid of that. How are we going to do it in the future? And I think we'll continue to see the benefits from our 3-year involvement with this program going forward.